And we'll begin in a comfortable seat. So as always, when you feel ready, you can always add some movement here. You can rock, or you can sort of move side to side and stretch out a little bit of the hips and the side body, or moving forwards and back, stretching out a little bit of the low back and some of the hips and the inner thighs. When you feel ready, find stillness. Over the weeks, we've been talking about the planes of the torso, from the hips, the low ribs, the shoulders, and the top of the head. If you can imagine 4 planes there, can you line up those planes so that they're stacked right on top of each other? Finding a long spine. You can close the eyes or just let the gaze rest down towards the floor. Let the back of the neck be long. Let the shoulders come away from the ears. I have a teacher who calls this the dignified seat. It requires a little bit of effort to stay upright, but we're not gripping too hard, grasping onto a pose. As you breathe here, feel the sternum lift and lower gently. As always, we want to breathe down into the belly. But as you do that, notice how it affects the sternum. Almost like a wave, the sternum moves up and down gently with the breath. Notice that split second pause at the end of the exhale and at the end of the inhale, where the sternum floats. And then bring your attention to the back ribs, the place just opposite the sternum between the shoulder blades. Sometimes it's harder to really feel that place or imagine that place. It's one of those places we very rarely see on ourselves. But as you breathe here, can you allow the breath to fill up the back body and feel, again, a gentle undulation, a gentle movement, a wave, a soft lifting and lowering between the shoulder blades. You feel both at the same time, the space between the shoulder blades and the sternum. Like a balloon, allow the lungs to expand in all directions. check back in with your seat, with your posture. Find that long spine, drop the shoulders, relax the jaw. We'll take 3 breaths together. When you're ready, let your exhale be deep and complete. And then inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. In through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Slow breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let the lips gently touch and breathe in and out through the nose. You can blink open the eyes a few times when you feel ready. And then staying here in your seat, reach the arms out to the sides and flex the hands away from you. Maybe shift side to side a few times. Feeling that hopefully gentle stretch on the bottom side of the arms here. And then come back to center. Start to curl in the hands, making little fists, holding onto the thumbs, and then send the fist down towards the floor. Can you drop the shoulders, but straighten the arms? As you inhale, unfurl the hands and flex the palms away from you. And as you exhale, curl the fingertips in, press the fists down. Inhale to flex, keeping the arms as straight as you can. Exhale, fists. One more time. After your next exhale, come back to neutral and make a thumbs up shape with the hands. As you inhale, reach the fingers behind you. You're doing external rotation of the shoulders, rolling the arms back. And as you exhale, go the opposite way. Point the thumbs forwards and then down, maybe even behind you again. Inhale, up and back. Arms might be getting a little tired. Almost done. Exhale, forwards and down. Can this action initiate in the shoulders? Take one more round, right at the top of the humerus where the arm connects to the shoulder socket. After your last exhale, you can lower the hands. Lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, take a little side bend. Nothing fancy here, opening up that side rib. Maybe look up towards the top hand and let the chin come back slightly. Deep breath in. And out. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, side bend. Again, breathing into those bottom ribs. Maybe you look up. One more deep breath. Use your exhale to come back to center. And then bring the hands behind you, leaning back into the hands. Press a lot of your weight down into the hands, and then you're going to just gently lift the hips. If the knees are on the floor, great. If they're not, you're just going to press the hips forwards as if you could lift them up off the floor. And then lower back down. Switch the cross of the legs if they're crossed. And we'll try one more time. Plant the hands behind you. Fingers can point backwards. Press into the hands and start to lift the chest. Maybe the hips lift up off the floor. And exhale, lower back down. Okay, tabletop, please. Hands and knees. For today, take a slightly wider tabletop, meaning your hands could move one handprint forward, but keep the shoulders over the wrists. So now it's more like a plank with the knees on the floor. And as you inhale, start to lower the hips. Don't let them come all the way down. Pull the spine forwards through the chest. As you exhale, child's pose, press the hips back, keep the arms reaching forwards and keep the hands where they are. So you might not come all the way back to child's pose. Inhale to come forward, bringing the hips low, shoulders wide. And exhale, child's pose. Keeping the hands really rooted down like you're a frog with the sticky hands. Move with your breath. And as you inhale, can you inhale into those front ribs? And as you exhale, breathe between the shoulder blades. Try to keep the collarbones wide the whole time. Moving with control. Finishing on your next exhale, there's no rush. You can find child's pose. You can relax the hands and sink the hips low. You might open the knees a little bit wider so you can get the chest a little closer to the floor. Imagine you can send that breath between the shoulder blades. And when you're ready, look forwards between the hands. Inhale. As you exhale, snake forwards onto your belly. You can keep the hands by the low ribs with the elbows up towards the ceiling. And untuck the toes so you can press the tops of the feet down towards the floor. If that doesn't work for you, that's okay. You can keep the toes tucked instead. Press the tops of the thighs down into the floor. Feel what happens in the hips as you do that. And with the nose on the floor, as you inhale, keeping the legs strong, lift the chest up off the floor, baby cobra. As you exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Send the tailbone towards the heels. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe you hold here. You can always continue to move. Maybe you float the hands and show me you don't need them. Maybe you reach the arms in line with the hips, collarbones wide. Maybe you reach so much through the feet that they start to levitate off the floor. Squeeze the muscles of the back body together. Take one more inhale, Shalabhasana locust pose. And exhale, lower onto your belly. Bring one cheek down. Bend the knees so the feet come up towards the ceiling. And then windshield wiper the legs side to side, rocking the feet. Bring the other cheek down. Take a few breaths on the other side. Once you've taken a few breaths, straighten the legs. Bring the hands back towards the low ribs. And as you inhale, come up into baby cobra, pressing the thighs down. Maybe you press into the hands a little bit more and lift the ribs a little bit more off the floor. Slow breath in, wide collarbones. And exhale, lower down. Make your way back to puppy dog pose. Press the hips back, but keep them lifted over the knees. Finding a comfortable place for the knees. Maybe you give yourself some more cushion under the knees, and you can bring the elbows down for this baby dolphin shape. Or you could reach the arms forwards and lower the chest even more. Keep the hands pressing down like a frog, but then see if you can find that shape as we were doing thumbs up and rolling the arms backwards. Can you roll the bicep in and up towards the ceiling, the tricep out and down? Does that help you find more width in the back ribs? Slow breaths. When you're ready, come back onto your elbows and help yourself to a forward fold at the back of the mat. You could tuck the toes and keep the head really heavy as you press the hands back, lifting the knees. Head and neck really heavy. Generous bend in the knees for this first one. You might rock forwards and back here. You can bring the hands onto blocks or something to keep you more steady. Maybe you're on fingertips and the knees are really bent. The next time you bring the weight back into the heels, hold there. Keep the weight in the heels, but press the fronts of the feet down. You might feel the knees straighten a little bit as you do that. That's okay. Might feel a little bit more of a stretch, maybe not. Head and neck heavy. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift, hold here. Pressing the hands into the knees or the shins. Can you find the same width in the front of the collarbones and between the shoulder blades? So you might feel like the shoulders are forwards and you need to open the collarbones. You might feel like the shoulders are back and you need to open the backs of the shoulders. Slow breath. As you exhale, bring the hands to the hips, elbows up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, rise up to stand. Use the hip flexors to help you stand up. I said hip flexors and I meant hamstrings. Okay. Reach the arms out to a T shape again. And as you exhale, cross the left arm over the right. Hold the shoulders. Maybe the elbows are stacked. Inhale as you lift the elbows up a little bit or a lot. And as you exhale, start to bring the elbows towards the navel. You're folding a little bit, but keeping the upper body upright. Inhale, lift the elbows up. And exhale, bring the elbows low. One more time. The next time you inhale, reach the arms into a T. And then exhale, left under right. Hold shoulders. Inhale, elbows lift. Maybe look up. Exhale, elbows lower. 2 more times with your breath. After your third round, inhale, reach the arms into a T. And then reach the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to do small pulses with the arms. So the arms are going to try to come backwards. If you're making a thumbs up shape, the thumbs are going to come backwards. So take about 10 rounds. As you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, little exhales so that you can help yourself back. Try to not let the low ribs puff out as you do this. After you finish your 10 rounds, bring the arms down and then bring the hands behind the back, maybe clasping hands here. Try to keep the wrists together. You can bend the elbows so that the thumbs are close to the tops of the hips. And then move the elbows back. See if you can send the elbows back behind you and then down towards the floor. Again, keep the low ribs soft. Breathe into the sternum and into the space between the shoulder blades. One more breath in. And exhale, release the arms. Okay, arms are getting a little tired. Bring the big toes together and the heels slightly apart. Spread the toes. Lift the kneecaps. Reach the arms down towards the floor. In this Tadasana shape, we're thinking about lengthening the back of the body. So how heavy can the heels be? How much lift can you find all the way up through the back of the body? Let your exhale be deep and complete. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, tipping from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Trying to lift up with as straight a spine as you can. And exhale, lower the arms. One more time like that. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, spine long as you lower. There will be a point where you round through the back. That's okay. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Now try to keep the spine as long as you can. As you inhale, come all the way up to stand. Pressing into the heels, reaching the arms up. And exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Adding on. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, walk the hands and the feet to plank. You can bring the knees down or keep them lifted. Imagine you could spin the inner elbow to face one another or even forwards towards the front of the mat. Slow breath in. As you exhale, elbows in, lower all the way onto your belly with control. Tops of the feet press down. Inhale, baby back bend, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose or puppy dog pose. Anything where your hips are above your head, where your head and neck can relax. If you're in down dog and it's your first one, maybe you pedal out the feet or give yourself some other little ritual. Take one more slow breath. And as you inhale, look forward, bend the knees if they're not already. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. The slower you breathe, the more time you have. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. And exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Adding on. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, low lunge. You can bring the back knee down or keep it lifted, press down into the floor. As you inhale, lift the shoulders up, lift the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, bring the hands down, step back to plank. Look forwards, inhale. Exhale onto your belly with control. Inhale, halfway lift as you peel the chest up. Exhale, either down dog or child's pose or anything in between. Again, you've got this dolphin shape if you're getting tired. Just one more breath here. Use your next exhale to step the right foot forwards. You can use the hand to help it. So you're in a low lunge with the right foot forwards. Again, maybe the back knee comes down. And then as you inhale, lift the shoulders, lift the hips, lift the arms. As you exhale, bring the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step forwards to the top of the mat. You can take a few steps to get there, as many steps as you need. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Adding on again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Back of the hips, lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. Again, back knee can come down. Look forwards for balance, and then inhale, press down, lift up, reach the arms up. Stay here. Inhale here, trying to lift the belly off of the front thigh. As you exhale, you're going to swing the arms behind you like airplane arms and lean forwards. As you inhale, come back up, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, tip forwards 45 degrees. Arms go back, palms down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, tip forwards, reach the arms back. One more time. Squeeze the thighs together. Keep pressing down into the floor. Inhale to reach the arms up. And exhale, hands come down. Keep the left hand down. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Take a twist. Option to stay here, or you can reach the top arm back so that it's parallel with the back leg, thumbs up towards the ceiling. You could also move the right foot, so instead of facing 12 o'clock, it faces 2 o'clock, turns out slightly, and then come onto the outer edge of the right foot, flexing the foot, bending the knee out to the side. Maybe you lower that left hip towards the floor. It's not going to touch. Slowly inhale to come back to center. Lift the hip, bring the foot down. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Take your time. 3 breaths. When you're ready, use your next exhale to step the left foot forwards. Low lunge. Again, the back knee can always stay lifted if you want to challenge yourself. Press the legs down into the floor, look forwards, and inhale, lift up. Anjaneyasana. Again, You're trying to peel the belly off of that left thigh, keeping a 90-degree bend in the front knee. Drop the shoulders and inhale to reach up. Exhale, tip forwards as you bring the arms down. 5 times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forwards. Keep moving the arms as far up and as far back as you can without negotiating with the collarbones. Can you keep the collarbones wide? On your next exhale, hands come down. Keep the right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. Taking your twist, leaning that top shoulder back, squeezing the thighs together. Relax the right shoulder. Find a comfortable place for the head. You can stay here, or thumbs up with the left hand. Reach the left arm back so it's parallel with the back leg. Thumb up towards the ceiling. Maybe you pivot that left foot so it faces about 10 o'clock, and then come to the outer edge of the left foot as you open the knee and sink the right hip a little lower. Keep the left foot flexed. Slow inhale as you frame the front foot with the hands. Tuck the back foot, lift the back knee. Start to step to the top of the mat, taking a few steps to get there. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. And exhale, lower the arms, Tadasana. Okay, bring the feet a little bit wider than hips width, just a little bit. And bring the hands to clasp behind the back. You can at least micro bend the knees here. And as you inhale, roll the shoulders back. See if you can bring the elbows a little closer together. As you exhale, start to tip forwards, forward fold. The hands do not have to leave the low back. You can let the head and neck go. Press into the feet strongly and slowly inhale to come back up. There's one other way that you can practice this at home if you're like making tea or something and you have time to kill, which is you can use like the top of a couch or a countertop or something like that. And you can bring the hands on top of the countertop. Then you walk the feet forwards a little bit and you bend the knees and you try to get the arms lower. You walk forwards and you try to get the arms lower as you bend the knees. So maybe while you're making tea or something later, you can play with that. Nice. Okay, one little balance pose here. We're gonna find eagle pose. So I'm gonna mirror you, which we'll see how it goes. And you're ready? A little bit of a bend in the knees. Bring the hands to the hips to start. You can also do thumbs to sternum if that helps you keep balance. And when you're ready, find a place to look at that's not moving. Start to lift the left heel, toes stay down. Super strong in that right leg. Maybe flex the left foot off the floor. Maybe lift the knee in line with the hip. So that right knee is bent a little bit. It's bent so that you can cross the left knee towards the right. You're going to try to cross the knee on top. Now, you can use that left foot as a little kickstand. You might need to bend the knees a lot to help you get that left foot on the floor. See if you can really cross the knees so that the knees are stacked on top of each other. And then especially if the hands are on the hips, check out where the hips are. That right hip likes to be really high. Can you bring the left hip up to meet it? You could stay here, squeezing the thighs together, maybe reach the arms into a T. As you exhale, left under right, cross, hold opposite shoulders. Keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. They like to come down here. If this still feels okay, maybe you bring the backs of the hands together, maybe you even double bind, but don't worry, the yoga police are not in the building. They don't care. Sink the hips a little bit lower as you bend the knees. This is our eagle pose, Garudasana. Slowly start to unwind the arms, unwind the legs, come to stand. Shake it out if you need to. Sides will be different. Start to plant through that left leg. Micro bending the knee at the very least, just so you've got a little hook that you can hook the knee on in a second. Lift the right heel. Find your balance. Flex the left foot. Maybe lift the right knee, sorry. Right foot is lifting. You're still feeling okay. Cross the right knee towards the left. Start to lower the knee so that it stacks on top of its friend. Bring the toes down like a little kickstand. And then notice where the hips are. That left hip likes to lift up. Can you keep it low as you sink into the bend of the knees? Squeeze the thighs together. I didn't say this on the last side. You could also try to work on bringing the foot around the calf so that you're really on that one foot. But maybe next time. Reach the arms into a T. This time, right under left. Hold opposite shoulders. Elbows lift. Maybe backs of the palms touch. Maybe double bind. Keep the hips low. Back body long. Can you breathe between those shoulder blades? Squeeze the thighs together. Keep the left hip low. And as you inhale, start to unwind the arms and unwind the legs. Okay. Come to a comfortable seat. You can take your time to get there. We're going to work on Garudasana. Sorry, we just did that. We're going to work on Gomukhasana, which is cow facing pose. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see me. And you can do this in any comfortable seat. Traditionally, it also involves a hip opener, but we won't do that today. What I want you to try is you're going to take your left arm out to the side, thumbs up, thumbs down, behind the back. Try to bring it as far up the back as you can go. See if you can try to bring it between the shoulder blades. And as you do that, you'll feel that the left shoulder likes to come forwards. Can you try to keep it open? Now, wherever it is totally fine. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then start to bend the elbow. Try to bring the hand to the back of the head. And then down the back, see if you can reach for both hands. Now, here's what happens when we try to do this. So you can reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. I'm going to show you what usually happens. As you bend the right arm, you look down. And you think it's going to help you, but what it's doing is it's making more space this way, which is pulling your hands apart. So try this time. Try looking up as you do it. You're going to lift the arm, you'll look up, and then keep looking up as you bring the back hand down. See if you can bring the hands a little bit closer. Maybe the fingertips are touching. Maybe not. Nice. Can you send that outer right arm forwards? Slowly start to unwind the top arm, unwind the bottom arm. Okay, we're going to do the harder side now. This is a harder side because most of us are right-handed, and so this side tends to be a little bit tighter. So no expectations. When you're ready, right arm, thumbs up, thumbs down, behind the back. Notice the difference. Creep the arm up the back. And then notice that right shoulder, has it really come forward? Can you open it a little bit more? Reach the fingers up. And then inhale, left arm lifts. Look up as you exhale. Try to bring the hand back. Reaching the arm down the back. And then finally, the last thing that happens is that left shoulder tends to open out to the side. Can you keep the arm rolling in? Nice. Oh, maybe this side is easier for you, Mom. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Can always stay longer. Otherwise, gently release the top arm and gently release the bottom arm. Okay, start to come onto your back. The knees, plant the feet, and just gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. When you're ready, plant the feet on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Just barely reach for the heels, tuck the shoulders underneath you, backs of the arms on the floor. And as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the low back, lift the mid back. When you lower down, you're going to lower one vertebra at a time so that as the spine unfurls, the hips are going to be tilted slightly because you need to tilt the hips to get the low back on the floor one vertebra at a time. So when you're ready, keep the inner arches of the feet pressing down. As you exhale, lower the upper back, lower the mid back, slowly unfurling the spine until you get all the way down. And it might not happen, that's okay. But your tailbone is tucked by the time you get to the floor. Pull the knees into the chest. Now your low back can really press down, maybe rock side to side. Take a twist, bring the knees to the left, open the arms into a T or a cactus shape. Either look over the left shoulder or the right shoulder. Here on our backs, it's much easier for us to emphasize the sternum lifting and lowering. Can you also emphasize the back between the collarbones, shoulder blades, expanding and contracting with the breath? Inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale to the other side. Let the knees fall towards the right. Are there any places you could relax a little bit more? And it may be really challenging to breathe into the space between the shoulder blades right now, into the upper back. Can you do it without over efforting? It might just be a matter of tuning your sensitivity so that you can feel even more gentle, slight movements. Rather than trying to make the movement bigger, can you feel where the movement's already happening? and make that a bigger deal. When you're ready, gently bring the knees back to center, evening out the hips, resetting the spine if it moved. And then make your way towards Shavasana. If you prefer to keep the knees up, you can bring the knees together and the feet wide. Otherwise, you could stretch the legs long. You can always add some layers. You could add some props underneath the legs, underneath the arms. Maybe let the arms come alongside the body about 45 degrees. Maybe bring the hands onto the chest or the abdomen. Make any adjustments that feel good. You might sigh out your next breath, releasing the jaw, allowing yourself to sink into the floor. When you feel ready, relax, release, and let go. Letting go of trying to find a perfect Shavasana shape, a perfect, comfortable shape. It does not exist. Shavasana. You can stay here as long as you like. And when you feel ready, begin to deepen the breath. Invite some small movements into the fingers and toes. Add some movement that feels good. And eventually roll onto your right side using your upper arm as a pillow. Press into your left hand and keep your head really heavy as you lift up to a comfortable seat. Letting your head be the last thing to stack on top of the spine. Take a moment with your hands resting in your lap. Maybe hold the right hand in the left hand. Sorry, left hand in the right hand in your lap. Find that long spine, that space between the collarbones and between the shoulder blades. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice and its lineage. We'll close with 3 breaths together. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the mouth. Inhale nose. Exhale mouth. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for coming. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you soon.